So at the beginning of the year, I wrote down some ideas and goals of mine that I want to achieve in 2023. And one of them was actually starting a current household for myself that I don't record it, I don't stream it, I just play the game whenever I can play the game. And honestly, for the past couple of months, I've been having so much fun playing this family, and they're called the O'Connor family. Aspen O'Connor, if you remember that sim from like a couple like years ago where I did a sponsored video on my play style in The Sims 4, I'll link it down below in the description. But since that video, I never thought of actually playing the family. I make a lot of sims and storylines for the sole purpose of never actually using them. So when I make them one time, I don't think of them again. But since thinking about that sim, I was like, what if I just play her life and see how far I can go with it? And since then, for the past couple of months this year, I've been playing Aspen O'Connor's life in the doctor career. She has a son, and it's just like, it is the best little simple gameplay that I have done in years. In the past 8 years, I can say for the first time, I'm actually playing The Sims 4, which is a shocker. But I have to say that playing The Sims 4, where no one sees it, I don't record it, I don't stream it, it's been kind of enjoyable just to play by myself and do things that normally I don't do on stream, which is pretty much nothing. What I do on stream and what I do in videos is pretty much what I do by myself. But it's like, it's different because it's more slow paced, it's a lot easier, and I can change things and add things whenever I feel like it, and I don't really have to think about other people's opinions about what I'm doing in my game. So I thought it'd be really fun to share what I have done so far in my little current household family, and I honestly am really happy, so hopefully you all like it. So like I said before, I've been playing this family since the beginning of this year, and I've been having so much fun. And my sim here is Aspen Marie O'Connor. Now, if you remember my video a couple of years ago where I did a sponsored video for EA on my playstyle, I was talking about how Aspen was currently in university, studying to become a doctor, like her mother, Aspen O'Connor. And yes, her mother, Aspen, named her daughter after herself. Yeah, but basically the whole concept behind the whole thing is that I wanted to be able to discover how university was like in The Sims 4, since we had Discover University, but also I wanted to see how I can kind of control a Sim's life from, you know, their sort of like their adulthood, basically. Now, Aspen, since she is in the doctor career right now, she is since joining level 6, and she's an RN at the Newcrest, you know, General Hospital, and it's been going great for herself, and I'm hoping to see if she can get promoted very soon in the next couple of days or so. But she's kind of taking it easy and kind of trying to change her life for the better, because recently she was starting to date someone new when she moved to Newcrest back in her family home. And she was dating this one sim named Sergio Romeo. And I have to say, Sergio Romeo is a sim that lives in Windenburg, and he lived his life the way he wanted to live it. And I felt like, as with Sergio Romeo and Aspen, they were like two peas in a pod. They had the best of life, they were the best of friends, and since dating and almost getting married, they had a kid named Winston O'Connor. Now, I didn't give him a middle name because I didn't think of it at the time, but when he was born, I was like, he looks like a Winston. Winston O'Connor seems, you know, cool and fashionable and really like just an upright kid. And with Winston, he's had probably the worst life ever to exist, because when he was born, his father wasn't really there, because his father died pretty much before he was born. And I feel so bad for Winston because he never got to know his father, and he only knew his father through his mother's stories, which was pretty much nothing, because Aspen had a hard time dealing with the death of Sergio and her mother, and just like everything was going in her life. She never felt that she wanted to make Winston very sad about not having a father, you know? And I think with Aspen, the way she's trying to think of things is that she's trying to make Winston the best kid possible, the best man possible, basically, and seeing where his life goes. And I've always felt that with Aspen, I wanted her to think about, where does she want to go in life? And of course, this is her childhood home. She lived here her entire life. She moved out. She went to San Marino. She went to Brychester, got her degree and everything. And she moved back into her childhood home when her mother was falling sick. And I have to say, she hasn't visited her mother's grave in about like 10 years, because Winston is like currently 7, almost 8 years old. And since all that debacle was going on, she never really got a chance to say that she was sorry and thankful and appreciative of all that her mother did for her to get her where she needed to be in the doctor career and her, her university life. Because everyone knows Aspen O'Connor, her mother, because who she was as a doctor and an actress, because she played a doctor on TV and she was a doctor in real life. So she really had the best of both worlds in a way. And since, having Aspen in her upbringing, she is a proper celebrity. And I find that she wants to kind of get out of her mother's shadow. Like, she loves her mother, she appreciates her mother, but she doesn't want to be constantly reminded of her mother, around other people. Now, with her mother being who she was, I find that Aspen's like thinking about how can I really make my career, my professional career, the best it can be. And hopefully I really want her to actually maybe move out of this house and like either rent it out like a Sims B&B or like have a chance to rent out another property or like buy a new property. And she's been talking to a real estate agent for the past like couple of days now and thinking about buying a new property so that she can go here and there if she so pleases and not have like the burden of like still living in the same house she lived in and was born in, Like, I used to live in my childhood home years ago, and since moving here, like where I live now, not here, but at my parents' house, I've been in the same state for like 20 some odd years. And I was like, I need to grow. I need to thrive. I want to be able to like be my own person. And that's what Aspen's trying to do, be her own person. Now, with Winston, I didn't play with him that much because he was a toddler and he was now a child. And so for the longest time, I never got to really explore the growing together pack or play with like the milestones. So Winston at the moment doesn't really have any milestones per se, not yet. So I'm hoping he can learn how to ride his bike for the first time. And here's a little secret about Winston that Aspen does not know. Now, Winston, he has a couple of friends since joining, like, I guess not middle school, but like elementary school, Atlas and Sophie and Cleo, and then Camden and Bruno. Those like 4 Sims, or I guess technically 5 children right now, they're like 2 peas in a pod, or like they want to form a group together, like a band of some sort. And what Aspen doesn't know is that Winston really wants to go to Windenburg and visit like where his father used to live, explore, the European style. And Aspen's a little bit hesitant about like going there because of Sergio. And something about Winston, he wants to get into music production and video creation. And I honestly am kind of scared because Sergio, before, Aspen and Sergio were going to get married, let's just say that Sergio had a very like huge involvement in the music industry, and Aspen doesn't want that for Winston. And I think if Winston keeps begging and begging and begging and begging, saying, Mom, I really, 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 really want to be able to study music. I want to be able to be just like my father, like you said. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, your father was a great man. He had the best life. He was a great music producer. He trained and studied under so many different people. And I don't know if I really want that life for you. It's like, but Mom, I really want to really try and see how far I can go. I don't want to be in my father's shadow like your mom. And it's like my mom? Like, I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't really mean to say that about, Grandma Aspen. It's like, that's okay. Just don't mention it again. I really don't want to bring up my mom again. And honestly, Winston has a hard time understanding who his grandmother is. And their graves, Sergio and Aspen, Diane O'Connor, they live, or technically their graves are set in the Newcrest Park that I have built ages ago. And I want to go over there probably tomorrow morning, since tomorrow morning is a Monday and I don't think Winston has school, because I think it might be a snow day, but I honestly do not remember the last time I played. But I do know that there's a chance there could be a snow day tomorrow, since on the calendar, it is still going to be very windy and it's snowing. So it could be a snow day, and I'm crossing my fingers it will be a snow day. But if it's not, that's okay. But I think honestly, Winston's going to ask for a little keyboard so he can play. Because ever since moving back to Newcrest in Aspen's childhood home, she's had the best life with like, she wanted to go down the route of being a doctor and, a celebrity and a social media influencer or whatever. And honestly, she made this room for herself, but she has grown out of that interest of making videos and like trying to be a celebrity. So she's still keeping her celebrity image per se to like help other people by using her status to help the less fortunate. And she now wants to change this room into Winston's like music production room. And I knew that when going into this, that Winston will probably have a hard time understanding the music side. So we're gonna start with like the bare basics of probably having, I think I have here it is, a violin over here, which honestly, I think, oh yeah, I did put one upstairs. So I'll sell that one. And I was also going to put down the new keyboard that we got with City Living. And I remember when we had a recent update not too long ago that kids can now start gaining adult skills, and you can see the progress both ways of childhood and adult skills. So I wanted to add in this keyboard so Winston can start learning early in his life, and then hopefully we can find some type of music producer or find someone that can help Winston and train him and help him thrive and not really like make his life worse, And I think honestly Winston will be so great, and I cannot wait to see where his life goes. Like I am like really, really happy of how things have gone so far in my playthrough with Winston and Aspen. And since living here, and I feel like with Aspen, she kind of wants to take Winston out of public school and maybe put him into preparatory school or virtual schooling. She hasn't really fully decided on the whole logistics of it all just yet. And I think Winston, he has to write a paper. Yeah, so he needs to go ahead and apply for the school enrollment. And I think Aspen can do it for him. Oh, we can't. No. Oh, I don't want to do virtual schooling. I really want to think about all the logistics between everything. So Aspen, let's have you go to bed real quick. And then Winston, since you are down here, you can go to the computer room over here. And so we can apply for the new schooling we're going to enroll. I mean, these are very tough decisions, but I think the elite preparatory school will be very good at Windcrest Preparatory School. So we're going to have him start applying for that schooling right now, even though it's like 1 a.m. and he should be in bed. He has school like in 7 hours, which is not very good. But it says Winston has chosen not to attend his local public school and has started an application for more a rigorous education. Applications are certain for 5 days. All private and specialized public institutions of learning available require a personal statement, a tour, and an interview, and a completed application, including an application fee. Admissions is not guaranteed. If accepted, the student will enroll in the school of their choice. If rejected, they will be enrolled into a local public school upon aging up and try again. Oh, that's gonna be awful. Okay, well, honestly, we can probably talk to Mother about the whole application thing for, I don't know. It's going to be very of a tough decision. I'm hoping that he'll get in, because if he doesn't, then we might have to use our status about saying, hey, let my child in. He's a really good kid, has great skills, has a great, mindset about life and wanting to learn more. So this could really help. So we're going to have to definitely write a personal statement later and probably go to an admission tour and interview. We can go with our mom, and I think that'll be a very, very good thing to do. So honestly, we might go tomorrow after we go to the graveyard. So now, Sergio Romeo, friend, son, father, lover, we will miss you. And then, of course, Aspen Diane O'Connor was always extraordinary. Now, if you've seen the show Grey's Anatomy, there was a time in my life where I was fully obsessed with that show. And I still am obsessed with that show, of course. Like, who isn't? And I was like, what if I do like a little Grey's Anatomy inspired current household? And this is basically how it all started. I was inspired by Grey's Anatomy, and I was like, oh, what if Aspen Diane was like, Aspen, be extraordinary, be the best of the best, get the good A's, go to private school, do whatever you can to always excel in everything. And honestly, I'm not surprised. Like, I'm really not surprised by that at all. And I think that's why Aspen is so hesitant about forgiving her mother fully, and is kind of scared about like learning of how to get out of her shadow, basically. Like everyone knew her mother. And she's like, I don't really want to be around you, mother, anymore. And personally, I think it would be a good idea to mourn her fiance. Cause I'm not joking. Sergio Romeo died in my game from freezing to death. And honestly, I was gonna be like so dramatic thing. Oh, Sergio Romeo died from like a fire, or like, he just died just randomly. No, he just froze to death because he refused to wear like any proper clothing. So Sims are dumb and they like to die for no reason. If they don't wear the proper clothing, they're gonna freeze to death. Now, the thing is that Aspen is a proper celebrity. She has fans and paparazzi showing her up everywhere she goes, which is not really great. And like honestly, in the time of mourning, really? Y'all really here? Paparazzi Paparoni? You're really here in my time of mourning to take a photo of me? Can I help you? What you gonna do, huh? You gonna take a photo of me? What? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Look at this. The absolute buffoonery. The buffoonery of whoever this dryer lady, the paparazzi Paparoni, the absolute audacity. Are you joking? This sim has the nerve not only to literally take a photo in a graveyard, first and foremost, but take a photo of someone literally crying. This is not TMZ. This is not, Prez Hilton. This is real life, people. It's like, oh my gosh, did you see Aspen O'Connor crying at her mother's grave in Newcastle Park? Oh my gosh, Aspen, give me tears, cry, cry, cry. Like, really? Are you serious? There's no stinking way. We're gonna have to actually, we're gonna pay off this paparazzi and bribe them to leave because they need to leave. It's like, can you get out of my face? Like, take this money, leave. I'm in my time of mourning. Me and my son just wanna grieve in peace. The idea that I have for Aspen right now, since we are here at the graveyard, I want her to actually promote that she's here. One, just to, boost up her little stats a little bit more. And then also just like share that, she's grieving and we like, people got to know saying, hey, we're okay. It'll be fine. Just leave us alone in our time of grieving. We'll be okay. The other thing about Aspen that I wanted to share is that I've been contemplating about if Aspen should have another baby or not. Like she loves having children. Like she would love to have them as a child, but she doesn't want to have a relationship. Oh, she loves pet enthusiasms or enthusiasts. Yeah, she does. Like, I feel like Aspen could definitely have another baby, but she doesn't want to have another relationship per se, because she's always had this idea of like one true love. Like she loves love and she like finds that one and will love and cherish him forever and ever and ever. And Sergio was that one. And since Sergio Romeo died, she doesn't see herself in another relationship for a very long time until like she's maybe an elder or whatever. And she does have the super parent aspiration, and we do need to discipline Winston a little bit more, so I guess I can encourage him. And I don't know, like, have you all ever had a science baby yet? Because I haven't had a science baby at all yet, and I've wanted to, and I wanted to try it with Aspen, but I wasn't really sure if it was gonna like help her or hurt her in the long haul, so I might just wait until she gets a little bit older, because she is an adult. Like she is a full-grown adult, almost an elder, and Winston is like almost a teenager. Like he's gonna be a teen, I think, in the next couple of days. Yeah, he'll be a teen next week in like 6 days. I'm telling you, we can't grieve in peace. I'm telling you, this is TMZ, but in The Sims. TMZ in The Sims. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see this right here? Paparazzi Pepperoni, Aspen and Winston, grieving, fan on the floor. Hello? What is this buffoonery? I don't understand. Ooh, we gain more followers on social media, and our bills are 4,000 simoleons. You crazy? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can call my real estate agent really quick because that's ridiculous. We're gonna see if there's any house listings or anything at all. Oh, there's one house listing, right? Yes. Oh my gosh, there's house listings. This is gonna be so good. See, we contacted our real estate agent a couple days ago asking if we can find new like properties to tour and like maybe find a house to rent out, because this house is so dang expensive and we cannot live here. So we're gonna have to eventually rent it out or do something because this is too much. So we had a budget of like 50K to like 100K or something like that. And we're like really broke right now, but we're gonna see if we can definitely like do something with that. Now, an expensive lot is much sought out. Ooh, that's not a good one. Now I see what it is. Okay, so okay. I've never used this map before in my life, but I think it'd be really cool to search the Willow Creek Brook Bungalow. And then we'll also check out ones that are unoccupied. I wonder if there's one in Windenburg that is a little bit more on the, not higher end side, but the one that is good. Copperdale's a good location. Ooh, we can probably check that one out too. That's a good place to go to. Copperdale. And then, ooh, Dock Deck. We're going to check that one out and see what that one looks like. You and your realtor will need to visit each lot or each property you selected on your house listing and decide which one to make it on the short list. Depending on how many properties you selected, this could take some time. So make sure Aspen O'Connor is available. Oh, we're available, don't worry. So we'll start our little house tour, see what we got here, because I need everything. Like, I need to know. I need to know. This could really make or break a deal for us because Winston wants to go back to Windenburg and there's a property in Windenburg, but it's occupied. But at the same time thinking, is this a good decision? Is Winston here? Oh no, he's not here. Oh, I'll get the door. Ooh, okay. Decide whether to add a house on the shortlisting, appraise the objects, and ask for the appraised value. Okay, so we're already here. I've never done like a house here before, but I think these are really good. Okay, there's a baby in here. Oh my gosh. So this is a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It has a good backyard. It's in like a good location. But I want to talk to the realtor and ask for the appraised value because I don't really know how it's going to go. And let's see, let's ask them. So what's the value on this house, my friend? Oh, okay. So after careful evaluation, it has been found valued at 120,000 simoleons, or 52 if it's unfurnished. The lot dimensions: 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Oh, there's one back there. Landscaping, outdoor living, no factors for Willow Creek. Oh, education. For each degree, every sim in the neighborhood has, the value of the property goes up 13%. Ooh, unemployment don't sound really good. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's appraise some of these little items here. See what we can get out of this. I mean, I love this little living room here. I love the kitchen. It's a decent size. It's a little bit smaller than our original house, which is totally okay. I mean, it's just ourselves. But I do love this counter. But upstairs, and I really loved about this house was this bed that the child is crying in. There are children crying, and the mother's just outside. Why? I don't think this house is going to be on our short list, really, honestly. This house does not seem very appeasing to me at all. So I'm ready to move on to the next house. It's like, alrighty, let's go. Shut the front door. I'll get the door, but shut the front door. This is Sergio Romeo's house. This is where basically he used to live. And it has a good, decent sized kitchen. It has a good, decent sized living room, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a good, decent sized backyard, room for expansion. And we have our own little private little area, which will be good for privacy. Good air quality, like everything else, but we're gonna ask for the value before we make a decision because I'm not joking. If Winston knew about this property, he would be like, mother, please take this house. I want it. But what's the appraised value on this one? Yeah, so it's a little bit cheaper, which is very good. 110,000 simoleons, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, good landscaping, outdoor foundation. See, the neighborhood does take in a factor for the whole little area. Job levels up, employment, I don't care about that really. But supply and demand. Every time a house is sold in the neighborhood, the value of the properties will go up 8%. Ooh. I mean, we'll add this house to our short list. We can always remodel the entire house to fit our needs, of course. And it's a 1 level. It's in a good location. We have neighbors on this side. And I think we also have neighbors up there on the hill and neighbors over here. And like there's a little area we can also like hang out in if we need to. And we could probably travel to the bluffs, which is on the literal other side of the world. So, I mean, we're on an island, but it's a good island to stay safe in. So, I mean, honestly, it could be good. It really could. Ooh, I don't really want to appraise anything. I mean, because I don't like anything in this house. But I do love this kitchen. And this kitchen is better than our kitchen. So we're going to praise the entire kitchen for the stove, the fridge, and even like the table over here. I can see Aspen like really doing something, because even though she's a doctor, she loves cooking more than anything. And her skills are okay. I mean, she has a good fitness skill, a good cooking skill, and charisma skill. So it's like she's made for television. And I can probably see her like maybe starting her own streaming cooking show every once in a while. Could be a good idea. But I want to definitely put this on the short list for sure. I'm going to add it to the short list because it looks really good. Winston will love it, and I love it too. It checks all the boxes, so I think that'd be a good idea. We're going to add it to our short list. Yes. And I would like to go to the other property, but I feel like this could be a really good one to grab. I'm really, really nervous. Like, I've never really done this before, and choosing properties and deciding on like what's good, what's not good, what can you change, what you can add, like it's gonna be very overwhelming on the financial side, but very good for us thinking about, can we live here full time? Now, this lot over here is placed in Copperdale. Now, this lot has a lot of good value with neighbors over here, a good amusement park, good location. But the thing is, it is near an amusement park, so it could be very noisy. And this is the last and final lot. Now, it's a very small house, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Not a really good decent sized kitchen. The lot value is probably not good at all, like not even slightly good. But we can definitely ask and see. 20K or 9,000 unfurnished. See, this is getting a little bit worse and worse. I mean, unemployment, 0. Education value, 0. Everything else is like at 2 or 5, which is not bad. But we're going to say no. We're going to make a decision, and we're not going to add this to our short list because it's not good at all. So we're going to go home and leave. We only had one lot that we really liked, which was Doc Den. And like, I mean, we could probably still do more tours later, but like, that Doc Den is going to bring back so many hurtful memories for Aspen. Not really for Winston, but really for Aspen. So, I don't know. It says now you need to go back to the check house listing on your real estate tab on your phone and negotiate a deal. Like, we only have 49,000 simoleons, and I really could use this property. And I mean, honestly, I could get the house and like rent it out to earn some income. I could possibly do that. So we're gonna do a negotiation battle on Doc Den. It's way over our budget, but with Aspen's skills and her charisma skills, it could really make or break us. It says you and your realtor need to go to Doc Den and visit a negotiation bill. Oh, negotiation battle for the final proposed value of the lot. But Bessie, you got to move on. You got to get out of this house. I want this house for myself and for my son, and also to bring back memories of his dad. So we got to do what we got to do. The seller, Jaquan Lechen. Hey, it's nice seeing you today. I'm gonna do a friendly introduction. Yeah. Oh, what are we doing? Ooh. Oh, wait, that is it. We should approach them and start a negotiation battle. Aspen, okay. Now, how do we do this? Ooh, negotiation battle. Hey, Jaquan, I know that you really love this house and you have this house with Sergio Romeo and you really love it. I think it'll be really good for us. I mean, we might be in debt if we do it, but I really want this house so badly. And I could take it unfurnished and really like transform it and hire a interior decorator to design our house, which could be a really good thing for us. So I might just do it unfurnished. You know what? Let's do it unfurnished. We'll be fine. We don't need the furniture anyway. Oh my, round 1? What kind of WWE is this? Hold up. Negotiation battles are a clash of wits where two parties are trying to consent on the value of the property. In this tactical turn-based minigame, you must make a smart and reasonable offers that meet the expectations of your opponent, all while getting yourself the best possible deal. 3 rounds? Are you crazy? Take the value. Hold up, your realtor is better than my realtor. 14 years in the experience of the field. 1 year? Brittany is going down. DOW down. Jaquan, you got yourself a bad realtor. 1 year versus 14 years? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ask my realtor for advice though. Let's see what they ask. Let's see what they say. I'm sorry, I'm all out of ideas. Are you crazy? What kind of realtor are you? I'm gonna place an offer. My client's first offer is 36,000 simoleons. We understand where you're coming from, Miss Yuri. However, 36,000 isn't within our. You asked for 39? Are you crazy? What's my advice? Out of ideas? Are you crazy? I have 49,000 simoleons to my name. What if I do 39,701? Place an offer. What about this? I'm afraid 39,700. I believe we have a common agreement. We are satisfied with your decision. Oh, really? Okay, that's great. The agreement has been made. 39,701 simoleons. I think that was a decent deal, Aspen Marie. I will not be hiring you again because you gave me no advice. It could have gone better, but it also could have gone worse. Go home and handle the closing process. Okay, so now that we're back at home officially, we can definitely go and make Winston some food because it's very, very late. We've been out all day and we're gonna go and serve some dinner of some fried chicken sliders. Could be really good. Yeah, we're gonna make some food for Winston. But Winston, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. I know you're very hungry. We can have you definitely do your homework since you did miss a day of school and do that. Oh, and these are the photos on the wall that we have with Aspen and Sergio and her mother. So this is Aspen Diane O'Connor, Aspen's mother. And of course, Sergio Romeo. And then, you know, back in her younger years of living. So it's been an interesting process going through all of this, but what can you really do? We'll put all this food in the fridge and Winston can practice his keyboard skills for the time being after he's done with his homework. He doesn't have any chores, which is very good, because I don't think I gave him any chores just yet, but I should at some point. But for now, we won't do it because his curfew is at 9 p.m., but as long as he's here, he's good. But I guess we can talk to Winston, express our admiration towards him, and kind of tell him that we've supposedly have made an idea. We're gonna share an idea to him. We're definitely gonna share an idea with Winston. So Winston, hypothetically, if we were to move from this location to Windenburg, what do you think? It's like, Windenburg? Yeah, I love Windenburg. I remember I was 3. You were 3, Winston. You don't really remember anything. Yeah, but I remember the whole like scenery and vibe that they had. It's like, so, you know, your dad used to live in Windenburg. It's like, yeah, I remember my dad used to live in Windenburg. Yeah, totally. Well, his house was up for sale and you know that I was starting to like buy a new property and like think about buying that property at one point. It's like, yeah, totally. But didn't that one guy like live there still? It's like, yeah, he did. But I went and hired a realtor to see if I could actually buy the property. It's like, no way, you did? You bought the property? It's like, no, not yet. I have to close the process and close the deal to get the house, but it looks like we actually are going to get the property for sure. It's like, no stinking way. Close process. Once the negotiation is successful, start the closing process to seal the deal. Yeah, unfurnished, two bedroom, 1 bathroom. Pay the earnest money. We paying rent? Hold up. 1,588 simoleons 4% to be paid in good faith before starting the closing process. Okay, so we paid. I gotta pay my realtor that much money, 1,397 simoleons. I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Oh, I have not applied for a mortgage yet. Oh my gosh, it's Gabe, I swear. Okay, so we're going to pay a realtor, get that out of the way so they can like leave me, and I'm gonna hire somebody new because they're ridiculous. I'm like, asking for advice and they gave nothing? Okay. Exchange any of your own properties covered the cost of the house. No, I don't want to split the household either. I do, however, would like to pay the additional closing fee, and I should go ahead and pay. I'm going to pay the cost of the house. Ooh. Oh gosh. Okay. So we have our house. We're gonna submit it. Oh my gosh, no way! So now we're a proud owner of Doc Den. Oh my god, no, I don't want to say that's my main house. No, not yet. No, not yet. But that is so cool. We have another house we can finally go to and like rent it out or something, but we're gonna go over there. And I definitely want to see if Aspen can hire a interior designer so she can get the house furnished to her liking. Since it does live on, since it is basically in this area, it does seem like a good idea to remodel this house a little bit more. It's a good, decent sized house. The roof is fine, but the inside, I definitely want to do the kitchen and like fix the bedrooms here and like the bathroom and also like this whole general area. Because I think it could be a very good rental property for us to like invest in later on. And since we do have the second property to ourselves, we can go back to our phone and go back to the real estate app and rent a property, or we can manage our properties, Doc Den, and we can set it as a rental property if we wanted to, or take a nice little vacation and do that, or we can sell it. But I wouldn't necessarily do that though. But we're gonna set this as a rental property, not until we furnish the house, because then over time we can like get money and residuals back, because we paid nearly 40,000 simoleons for that property. We got 5,000 simoleons left to our name. So we have a lot of work we have to do with this. But I think in the meantime, for now, what we're going to do is work our darn hardest. And hopefully we can actually get some money rolling in through Aspen's career, her little, celebrity status as a proper celebrity, and like see how far she can go with being, who she is. But I'm very excited to see how far I can take this, like my own personal gameplay, like by myself. And honestly, even though it's like not a let's play and I'm not streaming it, it's just a current household, I want to do update videos for you all because I'm actually very excited about like this family, and I want to share the progress. And I'm technically only on generation 1, or technically Gen 2, because Aspen is Gen 2 and Winston will be Gen 3. If Aspen decides to have another baby, then Winston will, be there just for whatever. But I think honestly for now, what we could possibly do is like leave it off here, and we can do a little bit more gameplay afterwards. But I'm very excited. I love Aspen. This is like, I make so many Sims, and it's like, for the first time in a long time, I'm actually having fun playing The Sims 4, doing like simple, lackluster gameplay, with the exception of a few mods, of course. But lo and behold, Aspen Marie O'Connor is thriving, and I'm very, very excited. But either way, as always, do let me know down in the comments below of what you thought of Aspen and Winston O'Connor, because let me tell you, this is how I usually play my game, of like laughing, giggling, looking around, finding things, and just like tying in like little bits and bobs of mods, like the real estate mod by the Sim Realist and the education overhaul mod, I think by a Deep Indigo. And it's so good to be able to play the game again with an exception of like adding mods to like see the full aspect of the game, of like, the traits and the milestones and the aspirations, and tying in like my storytelling skills into the mix to see how far I can go with the family. And this has been the most fun I have had in a very long time, and I cannot wait to share more of like my family and see how far I can go with that. I'm hoping I can get past like 4 generations in like an off-camera, off-stream family, because I have never done that. And I think I might do it with Aspen O'Connor, and I cannot wait for the family tree to grow and thrive. And I don't know, I'm definitely gonna be doing more videos with Aspen O'Connor. Like, I'm gonna definitely remodel her rental property, and then probably give Aspen and Winston a makeover and other things like that. But it's not a let's play, it's just a current household where I just update whenever I have time, and it's gonna be a lot less stressful for me, and it will make my gameplay a little bit more interesting, because then I can update you all on what's been going on. But nonetheless, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!